The middle thing came out. Ah! I'm gonna have to call y'all back. I need to concentrate. Oh my god. And then I'll be at a point too. I'm like, isn't the world about to end? Like, do I really want to like go through all that for no reason? I would be so upset. I Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. So as you can see, I finally put my tree up, but I don't have a topper. But we're gonna settle that. I have this crazy idea to make my own topper out of the remaining ornaments that I have. So let's do it. All right, so I got my, and what I'm gonna do is, oh my god, y'all remember for the Q&A when I was looking for my streamer? So I forgot that we had bought this. This is like an ornament box where you could keep all your ornaments and then really organize it. Like, I love this thing, but I totally forgot we got it because I asked my husband to bring up all the Christmas stuff. And then he didn't bring this up. Anyways, so from my tree, I have leftover like ornaments that I did not put up. Because I just felt like it was enough. Like, because y'all, I do not decorate the back of my tree because it's against a wall. So I don't decorate it. Okay, so I have 1 silver, I have 3 whites. Oh my god, I can make, that's not a star, that's a triangle. Whatever. He's not the same size. Alright, catch my drift, hold on. Okay, so this is all I have, right? But what if I make this into like a star? So I'm gonna get more off of the tree. Hold on. Just hold on. Do this look like, I think I'm just putting stuff together. But like, it don't always gotta be something. Oh my goodness. Do you see what, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, it don't have to be like, you know, it's giving kind of abstract, I think. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how this will look out. I just feel like, yes. Okay, I kind of like this better. I kind of like this better for some reason. Oh, wait, let's see. Did I look? Oh, this looks a little bit better. I like this a lot better. Okay. I'm excited. All right, y'all. We're gonna start. Okay, so I got this in my head. Hopefully this works out. Let me take a picture because y'all know me. I'll forget. So, but here's the thing though. Like, is it gonna break? Maybe I should glue it to the I'm getting hot. I'm getting frazzled, y'all. I'm so excited. Y'all don't even understand. So I want to start with the bottom first. I'm going to start with these two. Because these are going to be the bottom. Like this. You know. So I'm going to take these on. And see, my thing is, I don't know. I think what I will probably help is if I like tie, like once I put this together, put like the ribbon on it and like tie it together like that. Like maybe that will help. Okay. So I am going to, I feel like I'm getting to a point now where it's like I want to create my own traditions. And like when I was growing up, for like Easter, my mom, we would dye eggs. We would dye our eggs. And me and my sister would get our hair hot comb. That was like the only time we could like wear our hair straight when we were like really, really young. And now I'm getting to a point where it's like I want to create my own traditions, like keep them going. So the only thing is, y'all, like I don't be knowing sometimes if like hopefully this works. So yeah, I'm at a point now where it's like I want to create my own traditions and keep them going, you know? Kids or not, I want to do things for myself. I don't care what nobody say. Having money makes you happy. Having money does make you happy, and that's one thing that I want to start being intentional about because I didn't grow up. I lived a very wealthy. I had a very wealthy childhood, and that's one thing I always said. Like I would want to give my kids if I had kids one day. Like I want to give my kids that and more, and I'm just not at a point where I can do that. Like you know. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So that way I can do these things with my children one day. But I'm not bringing my kids in poverty. And not to say that I'm poor. It's just a simple fact that if I was to have a child today, I would find it as a financial inconvenience. That's just me though. And then I'd be at a point too, I'm like, isn't the world about to end? Like, do I really want to like go through all that for no reason? I would be so upset if I carried a baby for 10 months, went through labor, and then a couple months after that, like the world ended. Like I could have been traveling or something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is not as sturdy, but what I do want to do is I want to like take a ribbon. I am going to take a ribbon and did I go like that? Okay, so now I'm about to do the middle part. Like this. I want to do the middle part like that. And now, you know how like you be on TikTok and you see, you like one video and now a whole bunch of stuff is coming up. And right now a thing on TikTok is this lady where she says people with no children basically live a life on vacation. So there's like a lot of arguments with that because it's like, girl, that's not true. But a lot of people just feel as though like she's projecting because she's not happy that she had children. And it's just like a lot of hot takes on it. And I literally, before I started filming, I seen this video with this girl, and I should insert the clip.
The irony behind women who don't want to have kids is actually really funny because all of the reasons that they list for why they wouldn't want to have children, like acknowledging how much time it takes, the attention you have to give, the sacrifices you have to make, being emotionally aware, intelligent, all of these things, like financially responsible, they are aware of all of the things it takes to be a great mother. They just don't want to do it, but that the fact that they're aware of all of these things is why they would actually be amazing mothers. And it brings me to my next point about the movie Idiocracy. If you've ever seen that movie, it's basically like all of the really smart people realize that the world is going to shit and there's no reason to have children because the world is going to shit, and like they wanted to be financially stable and like have all of their ducks in a row before they brought life into this world, and so therefore they just didn't end up having kids. So basically all of the like intellectual smart people didn't have kids, but then like all of the stupid dumb people just kept procreating, and then we just had like a really fucking stupid ass society, and that's basically what's happening. The irony behind women who
And it's just like the people who like, her thing is like people who don't want kids will be the best moms. And I hear that all the time. Like people are like, you'll be the best mom. Like you have so much patience. You're so good with kids. That's because I don't have them. And I feel like anytime I think of like having children, I just think of how I'm not ready. You know, it's like some people say like, you'll never be ready. You da, da, da. But I just feel like there's a certain point where you can like prepare yourself and be intentional about those things. And I just I seen the difference from people who plan to have their children, who waited to have their children, versus people who did not plan to have their children. And it's a big difference. It's such a big difference. They're more intentional with their things. I felt like they don't mind missing out on certain things. I don't think they even feel like they miss out on certain things because they've done everything. And so, you know, like you ever hear people be like, I had my child so young, like now when y'all have y'all kids, like I'm gonna be an empty nester, I'm gonna be living my life. You didn't do that intentionally though. You didn't. You didn't plan to be a teenage single mom. You did not do that. But it's like they try to make light of their situation. You know, to each his own, but it's like when I was growing up, I went to a predominantly white school, so a lot of the kids that I went to school with, their especially the white kids, their parents were old. Their parents were old and they were established. And of course, like my parents were established because we all went to the same school, we were in the same developments and things like that. But because their parents were so established, they had a lot of time to spend with their kids. So like their parents would be like on PTA, their parents would be at every game, their parents would like pick them up and all of these things, like, and I'm just like, I will always say like, when I have kids, I want to have kids in like my mid 30s. I wish I had older parents. Like I will always say that because I never missed out on anything, and my parents, they were realtors, so they were able to like make their own schedule to tweak certain things. But there would be times where like I would have cheer practice, so it'd be like, okay, like my parents are realtors, so when people are out of work, that's when they clock in. They showing houses on the weekend. They showing houses. They're in settlement and things like that, and just working so hard. And my dad coached on AAU as well, so he would be traveling and stuff like that. And my parents was hustlers, so they was constantly moving, constantly doing those things. And as I got a little bit older, I realized like they weren't home as much. And I'm like, I want to be older so that way I could be established. So that way when it's time for me to have my kids, like I could devote all of my time to them. So, dang, why can't I take this off? So I feel like, and a lot of things that I speak happen. So even though I've been married now for 6 years, I'm only 31, and I used to want to have children. Like when we first got married, our first year, we wanted to have kids so bad. Like we were doing that, and I'm so happy we didn't, because now we're in such a better space, and it's like when we go through things, we're able to just like, you know, relax, take it slowly, and be intentional and build our foundation. Like, so I'm just so happy, and I feel like I lived my life, even though I got married at 25, and I just felt like I lived a life before I met my husband. So it's like when it was time for me to settle down, like I didn't have no regrets. I didn't feel like I was missing out on this and doing that. I was just like, I've done everything, you know? So, and that's how I want to feel when I become a mom. Like I don't want to have like any regrets. Like I want to, you know? Like my mom always says, I love how you and Nathan travel because her and my dad, they were together in college. Once my mom got pregnant her senior year, she got married the next year, and then the next year she had me. So, you know, you have that period where you're like focused on your family, you're doing this and doing that. And every time we travel, my mom be so happy. She'd be like, oh my God, I love that. I wish we could have did that, da 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 da. And it's just like, yeah, girl, keep up. All right, so I'm looking at the picture because I already forgot what it's supposed to look like. I want to break the bulbs because it's too hot. Do that make sense? We're going to try it out because, like, how do you know? What? Nothing's not working. Okay, we got some action. The crazy thing, y'all, when I was in college, so when I was in high school, we had majors. My major was fashion, textiles, and graphic design, and I also took photography class that I actually hated, which is crazy. I actually just hate high school, period. But it's so funny because once I got to college, I decided to be a mass communications major, and I was a part of the fashion club. And but it was a fashion club, but it also was a modeling troupe. And I modeled since I was like 12, but this was the first time where I was in like HBCU runway type culture, which was like phenomenal. And every time we had fashion shows, we would curate our own runways, design our own clothes, make the clothes. Like when I tell you, we were sewing, cutting, gluing everything together all the time. So it's just, I just feel like I'm like unlocking my childhood by doing arts and crafts. Oh my God, why didn't it stick? And I want to get back to doing, you know, just like arts and crafts and things like that. Because I really want to eliminate my screen time. Like, I want to go back to eliminating my screen time. So, like, finding activities to do and things like that is really going to be helpful for me. And they say it's good for, like, your dopamine. And for me, what I be doing is my dopamine, I be scrolling and I be buying random things, especially from Amazon. And I need to stop doing that. For real. So we're getting back to crafts. We're getting back to reading, especially for the winter time because I love to go outside and I love to be outdoors and stuff, but it's too cold for that. So we're gonna find free, healthy things for the winter time, especially for my girlies who like fight seasonal depression. These are gonna be good things. So think of like things that will like unlock your childhood. I also color too. I have a coloring book. Ooh, look. Okay. So now what I'm about to do is I'm going to, I probably have to glue, I can't take this off. So I'm going to just glue this at the bottom like this. So remember this was the bottom part. Oh, I'm so excited! Alright y'all, so this is how it looks so far. Can you see? Can you see? I'm not even about to say what this looks like. Alright, we're gonna add the two sides now. Bruh. Is this drawing gonna be even? Not even, but like, you know, yeah, even. Oh shit, I'm getting glue. Oh my I'm getting glue. I thought the middle thing came off. Ah! I'm gonna have to call y'all back. I need to concentrate. Oh my god. Y'all, the whole thing. I'm getting irritated. It's almost my bedtime. Yeah. Yeah. So it is back together. I feel like the bottom is about to fall apart. Oh my god. I don't think this was a good idea. Maybe I should wrap it all the way up. I'm gonna glue it and then I'm gonna wrap it with the ribbons. Actually, I don't even think I'm about to do the whole thing. I think this little foundation will be good for the top. Let's see. I need